Please give it up for Big Dan. Where are you, Dan? Come on up here, buddy.
Hey, thank you. Hey, let's have a round of applause for your host, huh? Give it to him good. All right, working hard for you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting live comedy. My name is Dan. Not too many beer drinkers tonight, which is good. A couple of beer drinkers. They say that beer is a man's drink. I don't know what defines a man, but I don't think it's this screwdriver I've got here. This is adorable. Bartenders do not respect a guy that orders a screwdriver. Folks, they did not even give this to me on a coaster. They just slid it over on a maxi pad. You have a beer. You have a bigger dick than me. That's great. And that's a compliment. It's an insult toward me. I'm sorry. You're very pretty. This is great, man. I do have a girlfriend. We've been together almost 7 years, which is great. We're in love. It's awesome. She's going to be a great wife for some lucky guy. I wish them the best. Seriously, she does, my girlfriend's great. She does charity work. By that, I mean she has sex with me. I'm really appreciative for that. What? She's good, man. Honestly, the best part about having a girlfriend at my age of 27 is that my mom doesn't try and help me find a girlfriend anymore. She used to. She used to be like, Dan, you're so sweet. You should marry a girl who's just like you. And I was like, no thanks, Mom. Because I'm not attracted to anything that's just like me. I'm not my type. In fact, I am the last person I want to see naked during sex. Just disgusting. I'm just going to put this down here. Oh! That's good. My girlfriend's a gym teacher. We're so different. She's a fanatic about exercise. No, it's cool. Do what you gotta do. I'm just trying to live my dream. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. No, she's a fanatic with exercise. She always tries to tell me how to live my life by explaining like how she lives hers. She tells me her diet like I'm just gonna start. Oh my God, I could have been eating fucking grass my whole life. I didn't know. She's like. She gives me like the rundown. She'll be like, well, in the morning I'll have a Special K with chopped banana for potassium, and then I'll have a fruit salad for lunch, and then I'll run 237 miles. And then I'll have a nice small portion of chicken parmesan. You like chicken parmesan, right, Dan? Dan, are you paying attention? What are you gonna have tomorrow for breakfast? I don't know, fucking chicken parmesan? You gotta eat healthy though, folks. I'm telling you, because if you're wondering what will happen if you eat bad, me. You gotta eat healthy. They said if you eat bad, if you eat poorly, you will age poorly. You will look older than you are. Take me for example. I am 14. My mom's outside. I got a social studies test tomorrow. I can't hang around. It's crazy. I'm trying to do the right thing. I went to the doctor. I said, Doc, I feel diabetic-y. He's like, well, what do you mean? I was like, I mean that I can feel sugar rushing through my veins all the time. My urine smells like maple syrup. You don't know what it's like to salivate when you piss. Ridiculous. I started telling him about my eating habits. I love brownies. I wish this microphone was a brownie. I wish you guys were brownies. I love brownies. And I was telling him about this one time. It's a true story. I came home from work with a box of brownies and my dog ate them, which is poisonous. Dogs can't have chocolate. So I had to take her to the emergency room and I got a $680 invoice. $680 invoice in my hands. Half dead dog in my arms. First thought in my head was, I can't believe this bitch ate all my brownies! I love brownies, man. Delicious. You guys are a pretty good audience, especially for a light room. Thank God, and I don't like to bring race into things too often, but thank God we have some black people in the audience. Because I perform most nights of the week, and I can tell you that black people laugh better than white people. Don't be offended. I like white people too, obviously. But No, black people fucking put their heart and soul into laughter, and white people are just like, oh boy, that put me in a good rousing. It's like, yeah, thanks a lot for the support. You're supposed to be on my side. No. I always got along with black people. I think blacks and Jews have this bond that maybe not everyone realizes, maybe not even all the Jews and blacks realize, but we both have similar cultural backgrounds. We both went through slavery, we both went through genocide and discrimination, and what happens to a culture when you go through that is you form tightly knitted communities. So if a Jew sees another Jew, there's this tribal sense. We're like, hey, Wall Street and bagels. And blacks see other black guys and they're like, hey, we're athletic and have natural charisma. You know? And we get that about each other. I think blacks and Jews should procreate. I don't just say that because I've always wanted to bang a black chick. I got a couple blowies from a few black girls, but I never got to put it in. So, mission accomplished, man. Blacks and Jews like peanut butter and jelly. Look at Lenny Kravitz, he's perfect. He's talented, sexy. Plus, I want to celebrate Hanukkah, Christmas, and Kwanzaa in one shot. As many presents as I can get. That's my Jewish side talking. But it's crazy. I don't know, people are a flawed species. I find myself learning lessons in places where I don't expect to learn them. Do you guys like dogs at all? Right? Dogs are great, man. I love dogs. My brother has this English bulldog named Ace. Ace is like a really strong, macho English bulldog. He wakes up in the morning, drinks 2 raw eggs, starts curling rawhide bones. He's really strong. And this little French bulldog started mounting Ace's head, which was ridiculous. And Ace just threw this dog off of him, got behind the other dog, and started giving it to him from behind. And as disgusted as I was like, wow, this is how humans should solve problems. Because, follow me. If you're a peaceful person, I think you'll agree that if the loser of every fight got involuntarily molested in the anus, there'd be no more bullying and no more war. Right? Maybe a civil war in San Francisco. It's my turn to lose. Get in here, fella. Come on. You guys are fun. You guys are good, man. I try not to go sexual too often in my act, but in real life I'm a pervert, so I feel like I should address it briefly. I have this habit. Every night I masturbate. And it's great. I love it. I love doing it. The thing is, I think that guys need pornography. I think maybe even some guys don't realize they need pornography. Maybe it's if you're lonely. But, like, if I had a daughter and I found out she was going to do porn, I would, God, stop my daughter from doing porn. I will do anything. And if God came down and said, hey, relax, Stan, I'll stop your daughter from doing porn. But you can never watch porn again. I'd be like, fuck that, God, honey, get in there and start sucking that guy's dick until his balls look like raisins. Because guys need porn. I know, I'm disgusted too. Let's just go with it, people. It's ridiculous. I need porn, even just logistically, because I have attention deficit disorder. I can't focus for that long without something to stare at. You have to imagine for up to 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes? I can't pay attention that long. That's ridiculous, right? Do you know what it's like to masturbate with attention deficit disorder just on your own merits? This is what it would sound like. Just I'm not going to do it, but I'm just, oh, God. We're dancing at the club, and she grabs my wiener. Pandas! Oh, no. All right, let's start again. Right. She's dancing at the club. She grabs my wiener, and she's like, take me back to the hotel room and fuck me. And I'm like, really? She's like, no, because it's a fantasy, you fucking loser. Now get on YouPorn so we can get some sleep. It's new, I'm working it out. But it's true. I'm a different type of Jew than a lot. That was easy. Okay, I'll say it right now. But yeah, no, I'm one of the only Jews that wouldn't be alive without Hitler. Now, that's a true story. I'm not just trying to shock you. My great-grandmother lived in Poland in 1939, right? That's when the Nazis invaded Poland. And my great-grandmother escaped the Nazi army, came to America, met my great-grandfather, and fucked him. Gave birth to my grandma. My grandma and my grandpa, they met, they fucked, gave birth to my dad. My mom and dad fucked, they gave birth to me. 2 weeks ago, I fucked my girlfriend and her best friend, threesome style, which is totally unrelated. I just wanted to brag. If you were not laughing, that is because you were jealous. And you do not need to be, because I obviously made the last part up. I'm lucky that I don't pay for sex. Let's face it. Come on, guys, I look like a fat Harry Potter. We don't need to feel we don't need to feel bad. I wrote the joke. It's ridiculous, man. But that is a lot, right? That's really intense for a Jewish person to have to process. I know, it's funny, but I want to move on. You are so good for my self-esteem, holy shit. Will you come home with me? Not even sexually, just as a confidence booster. But sexually, totally if you want to, whatever. I'm open. But she doesn't know we'll murder. Anyway, alright, I'm getting distracted, Right. So I was telling my therapist about this correlation with Hitler, and he's like, well, Dan, what some people do if they're upset is they'll write a letter to the person they're upset at. And what will happen is, once they get their feelings out on paper, they'll feel a little better. So I wrote a letter to Hitler, and I don't feel any better, but I thought if I shared it with you guys tonight, I might feel a little better. So is it okay if I share my letter to Hitler? Just generic applause to let me know? Okay, good, thank you. Alright, hang on a second. On there. Okay. Alright. Fucking douchebag. Alright. Dear Hitler, what up, douchebag? Just writing to rmind you that in 1939, my great-grandmother narrowly escaped your Nazi army, disproving the rumor that Polish people are stupid. That's alright. She then made it to America, disappointed to find out the streets weren't actually paved in gold, putting back into question the rumor that Polish people might in fact be very, very stupid. Some would say I owe you a debt of gratitude, and others would say I owe you my life. But knowing your belief system, I'm pretty sure you would just take my life. Because you're a Nazi, and I am a Jew. Oh my God, I'm sweating bullets up here. It's in my eye. I didn't even plan that part of my act. I literally can't see it on whatever. Dolphmeister. The one thing I'll give you credit for is not killing any of the blue-eyed, blonde-haired women in Germany, because there's nothing I love more on the internet than blue-eyed, blonde-haired women in German porn. Thank you. There's actually kind of a funny story behind that letter. The actual card, I got it at a CVS, and the thing about CVS is they have a really small Hanukkah card section because Jews are too cheap to make and buy cards. Yeah. But there was this other woman there, and she was buying the same card. She goes, wow, what are the odds that there be two Jews buying Hanukkah cards at the same time? I was like, true, and fewer still are the odds that one of us is going to use this card to write a joke about Hitler. I'll leave you on this. I'm one of these guys that has just really shitty luck. Like, I just have shitty luck. The fact that my best joke of the night was Fat Harry Potter is proof that... And the thing that I found is that when you tell people that you have really shit, you're telling someone your sob story, and they give you this bullshit and go, oh, well, you're very lucky, you're very lucky, you're very lucky. Whenever someone says you're very lucky, it means you're shit out of luck. Because people always tell you that you're very lucky when they want to make you feel like something could always be worse. Right? Doesn't that drive you crazy? When people try to downplay your problems, there's serious things going on right now. I've lost my 401k, I don't know how I'm going to feed my kids, my wife might leave me. Yeah, well, my cousin in Idaho has a brain tumor, so at least you have your health, you're really very lucky. Yeah, do I have my health? How about a healthy dose of my fist up your ass? You ever been fisted in the ass? It's going to tear, it's going to bleed, it's going to hurt, you're going to need stitches. But at the end of the day, your cousin in Idaho is still going to have a brain tumor, so you'll still be very lucky. drives me crazy when people do that. I got into a car accident about 3 months ago. I was on the Garden State Parkway in New Jersey. There was a truck in front of me, and a piece of wood fell off the truck, and it hit my car. And it almost killed me. And because it almost killed me, people go, wow, you're very lucky. And I'm like, fucking no! You shouldn't look at me next to a damaged car, not dead, and be like, look at that lucky guy. Luck would be if that wood hit my car turned into all the money I ever spent on pot and alcohol. It's ridiculous. People don't get it. If there was a panel of 3 men and we each had to explain why we were lucky and I was the last one to go, this is what it would sound like. Okay, gentleman number 1, why are you lucky? Well, I'm lucky because I was born into wealth and it's nice to know that I'll never have to worry about money. You're right, you are lucky. You did nothing to deserve that. Okay, gentleman number 2, why are you lucky? Well, I have great bone structure and I'm classically good looking. You're right, that's genetics. You are lucky. Dan Gutin, the comedian, why are you lucky? Well, every week I manage to escape death. It's just nice knowing I'm such a wonderful guy, otherwise why would God continue to try and bring me up to heaven? Ridiculous. One guy, when I told him about the car accident, he goes, wow, that could have killed you. God was there. And I'm like, oh yeah, totally. God was totally there. I think he was like, let's take a break from the war in Afghanistan and go to the Garden State Parkway south in New Jersey, where I will find the brokest motherfucker on this highway and throw a tree at him. That's all for me, guys.